Hello and welcome to Mexico News Network's Daily Report. I'm your host, Mara Thompson. Today we have new information for you, but first don't forget to visit us at mexiconewsnetwork.com as well as follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Google+, so you can always stay on top of all the relevant information of Mexico and the world. Let's start with today's show. American diplomats throughout the world signed a memo of dissent opposing President Donald Trump's temporary ban on refugees and citizens of 7 Muslim-majority nations from entering the United States. By 4 p.m. this past Tuesday, January 31st, the letter had already attracted around 1,000 signatures, far more than any dissent cable in recent years. The memo states Trump's executive order will immediately sour relations with countries whose governments are important allies and partners in the fight against terrorism regionally and globally. It goes on to warn the move will increase anti-American sentiment. So far, Donald Trump has proven to have little to no patience for resistance to his policies. Such was the case with Acting Attorney General Sally Yates, who was fired for defying the president's travel ban. This scheme seems to be supported by the White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer. When asked about the memo at a press briefing this past Monday, he said if somebody has a problem with President Trump's agenda, then that does call into question whether or not they should continue in that post or not. On a related note, after the various attacks Mexico has received by the new President of the United States, Donald Trump, personalities around the world have shown their support to our country by sharing emotional messages. Even though they weren't the ones who showcased perfect depictions of racism and discrimination, and weren't the ones who ordered the construction of a wall separating 2 nations to later demand the other country be responsible of paying for it, it was them who, taking advantage of social media, apologized for the terrible words and actions of their president. Ever since the Republican signed the decree to build the wall he talked about during his campaign, and the decree strengthening immigration law, Americans and people around the world have sent messages of support which we appreciate. In other news, Mexican actor Diego Luna will be in charge of giving life to the iconic character Tony Montana in the new version of the movie Scarface. Some time ago, Universal Studios unveiled its plan to create a new version of the classic film, which at the time was starred by the acclaimed actor Al Pacino, who played the controversial Cuban drug lord Tony Montana, a character that earned him a nomination to the Golden Globe. This new version is planned to be filmed during the spring. However, it still doesn't have a director, since Antoine Fuqua, who was the first option, departed the project in order to direct the sequel of The Equalizer. No more details of the cast are known yet. However, we definitely hope for Diego Luna to do a great job representing this iconic movie character. This is all for today. My name is Mara Thompson and this is Daily Report by Mexico News Network. Remember to follow us on our social networks and to log on to mexiconewsnetwork.com for more information on Mexico and the world. Thanks for stopping by. If you liked our content, remember to like and subscribe. If you want to always stay on top of the daily news, visit our playlist and take a look at our written articles if you don't want to ever miss any detail of what's happening in Mexico and the world.